So today I want to talk about real quick position agreements because people always ask me like, what is a position agreement? So ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who own a hair salon, you're going to have different positions and you have a front desk, you have an assistant, you have a hairstylist, you have people who play a certain role in your salon. And in order for them to be successful in that role, you need to obviously train them and teach them, but you want to define what success is in that role. And so what a position agreement does, it's not like a job description. It's an agreement between you and that person. And then you want to give them your position agreement as the owner. And then you want to deliver them their position agreement, what they're agreeing to and what they should be clear on how success looks in that role. And so I'm going to just share my screen in a second and show you exactly an example position agreement that I give to the Level Up Academy members to base their positions off of. But the nice thing about having a position agreement is it allows you to do your one-on-ones or correct behavior or encourage behavior based on a standard that is established when you hire somebody. This way, they're not surprised about what they need to do in that role because you're going to cover all the 4 areas. We talked about that before. The 4 areas of leadership, the what, the why, the what, the how, the when, and the why. So they know what they're doing, they know how to do it, they know when to do it, and they know why it's important, why they're doing it. In your position agreement, it should have all of that in there. So let me share my screen real quick, give you guys a quick peek at what that looks like. That is not how I share my screen. If you're listening on a podcast, shoot me a DM and I'll send an example over to you. All right. And here is a front desk coordinator. So Level Up Academy position agreement, front desk coordinator, guest experience and growth. The front desk is the heartbeat of a salon. You are the first person every guest meets and the last person they see when they leave. So I go on to explain exactly a little bit about their role and why it's important. The position, who they report to, direct reports, accountable for. So the nice thing about having this position agreement is they know exactly who they need to ask questions to. So reports to salon leader. You could put Jen, Margaret, Vanessa, whoever. These are completely editable, I believe. Well, maybe not on the screen I have now. And then who their reports are. So they know who they're responsible for. Like this is all ironed out for the person as soon as they come onto your team. This also goes along with a handbook. So let me see if I can bring up the handbook real quick for you too. So front desk, here it is. So here's an example of the handbooks I created for my members and what I use in my salons. This guides them exactly what they need to do step by step. So they're not wondering what they're doing. I got to create one of these for James, but I don't have one right now for him. But every person in your organization should have the employment guide, like the instruction manual for their position, and then the position agreement so they know exactly how to define success in that role. And the nice thing is, as you go through this, like you go through the core values, why it's important, and then get it, want it, capacity. So you want to make sure that you understand that the front desk is a growth seat, not a chore seat. And you really want to put into their head why that role is so important. You don't just want someone answering the phone or someone just scrolling all day long and not doing anything until they're told what to do. This is like a set of instructions. Owning a business is like IKEA furniture, right? If you ever put IKEA furniture together, it is a nightmare without instructions because there's like 5,000 pieces. Everything's labeled with letters and numbers and everything looks like it's the same size, but then you have like one thing with the screw over here that you needed at the very end and you put it on last, but it should have gone on first. And if you had read the instructions the right way, you would have known what you were doing. Now you got to take everything apart.
Nick hates IKEA furniture, let me tell you.
Yeah. So business is the same way. So you build this rollout, right? And let me jump out of here again. James, you could take my screen off screen share. And you build this rollout. And then what happens is down the line, you realize that you built the role around the person who you put in place to do that, like do that particular activity in your salon. And what begins to happen is they're not really skilled. So you tweak things, you change things, and then they're good at one thing, but not good at another. So then you pass it off to somebody else and you let them shine in one area rather than have the role clearly defined. That's the most important thing. Clearly define the role that they're serving in your salon, in your business. Then what you do is you build the skills around that person to effectively and successfully achieve the tasks and that role. Like everything they need to do for that role, you build the skills into that person. If they can't do that, then there is a people problem and you hired wrong. So having this position agreement, having the handbook is very important. So in that position agreement on your interview process, what you're going to do is go through exactly what they have to do, who they're reporting to, who's reporting to them, how you define success in that role. What are the metrics they have to hit? What's the standard, the floor, the bare minimum that they need to do in order to keep their job and also to be successful at their role? And then you give them the markers on how they achieve more money, how they achieve the bonuses and the structure and what that looks like. And then you sign off on it and they sign off on it. Here's the key component that I think a lot of people don't do that I do. I give that person my position agreement, so they know what I am doing for the salon. And this has been a common theme lately with my academy members and also in the community of our industry. Stylists think that the owners keep all the money, right? They don't know what the owner's doing. Like, where's that commission going? Is it going? They think we're shoveling cash into our trunk, driving home and playing with $100 bills, and we're laying on all this money. But it's not true. Clearly, it's not true. Look at my basement. So what this position agreement does for the owner, you then give them yours. So you're going to clearly define what you're going to be doing for their career. We're going to run Google ads. We're going to run Facebook ads. We're going to run education. If they aren't special, they will realize all that costs money. So now they're getting a clear understanding of exactly how the owner's showing up. And then what you do is you tell that person, hey, I need you to hold me accountable. If at any given time, I'm not fulfilling my obligation as the owner, as I'm defining here in my position agreement, I want you to hold me accountable. And then if you're not fulfilling your obligation as a stylist, front desk, assistant, I promise I'm going to hold you accountable, because if you follow all this to a T, you will reach the level of success that you want to reach in this career. And if you're an assistant, if you follow all this, you will be a stylist within 3, 6 months, 12 months, whatever your time horizon is for that. So these are so essential when you bring on a team member, and it just makes these conversations so much easier. Now, don't get upset if they hold you accountable, because I've had this happen to me plenty of times. Like, my stylists were like, hey, you said we're going to do one-on-ones and we haven't had one in a while. And like, this is why having multiple businesses, like having multiple salons, is really difficult. That's why you need layers of leadership. So if you have a big salon, if you have multiple locations, it's now maybe time for you to buy back your time and build out a leadership team, because it gets really overwhelming if you're the visionary trying to lead a team of 30 people at one salon, 10 at another salon, 20 at another salon. You're never going to be able to do it. So you need leadership layers. And then each one of those leadership layers has their position agreement. So you could have a chief of marketing, a chief of education. And so when something comes up around education or a skill problem, you don't have to speak to that person. The education leader does, and they report back to you. And so you start building this like a real organization. And I know we got into this industry so we can have fun and play with hair all day. And that's awesome. If that's your goal, you could run a successful business, 5-chair salon with very little bit of this stuff. It's still really good to have. And you can make $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year. But if you want to build a lifestyle empire, like you want to build a very big business that's super profitable, that runs without you, that you could possibly exit out of one day, and you have big aspirations, then you have to play like you're a big company. Like, you have to play like the big boys do. And that is leadership, and that's layers of leadership. And it just helps you not lose your mind, because there's nothing worse than trying to manage 15, 20, 30 people while you're also trying to be the visionary, while you're also trying to spend time with your family and not want to pull your hair out. So with that said, the position agreement is probably one of the most crucial things, one of the most important things that I implement in my businesses. And I need to now, as a salon owner, like, I instilled that in my salons. Now in this era of business now, like my SEO company and the web development, all that, I didn't really implement that yet. And so I'm in the process of doing that now, because it really does make things run smooth. And so for me right now, starting this other business or growing this business now that you're watching me create content for, once I started doing this at a little bit, like a little rate, I see things change dramatically. So being organized and being disciplined and implementing these things is only going to help you. So if you feel overwhelmed, just chill out. Like, you can make this stuff your own, and whatever's useful, like especially for my content, use it. If it's not useful, just discard it. say, Nick, I don't need that. It doesn't work for me. But if what you're doing right now is overwhelming you and stressing you out and it's not getting you any further than you really want to be, then maybe it's time to kind of make some changes and get a little more structured in your business. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all about position agreements for today's live in my basement.